Hello and welcome to the Self-Reliance Outfitters YouTube channel. I'm Matt Mercer, instructor for the Pathfinder School and the founder of the Black Hat Bushcraft channel right here on YouTube. And this afternoon I've come out because I want to give you guys a look at one of the newer products being offered by Self-Reliance Outfitters, and that is this Fast Pack Grill 3.0. This is a really neat product and it offers some very distinct capabilities if you add this to your camp kitchen arsenal of some things that you can use this for. And so today we're going to take a look at how this grill sets up, how it breaks down, how it packs away, and we're going to take a look at it in use. Of course, we're going to put it together and cook up some delicious food, because whenever you see me on YouTube, normally it involves cooking up good food right here in the great outdoors. So we'll do that as well. So I hope you guys will stick with me so you can take a look at this Fast Pack Grill 3.0 and some good camp cooking. Let's get started right now. All right, so let's take a quick look at this Fast Pack Grill in its packed down configuration. As you can see here, it's in a earth brown Cordura sleeve, which is handmade by Tack Survival here in the USA. And earth brown is my favorite color for my gear, so I really like this. Just in case you're curious about the dimensions of this, this is 4.75 inches by 11 inches wide, so that gives you an idea of dimensions. And for the weight, according to Self-Reliance Outfitters website, this is 2 pounds and 12 ounces. So it's not ultralight gear, but it's definitely light enough to add to a pack, and especially if you have conveyance like I have today. With the sleeve, it's just simple. Pull this little tab out and all the gear for the stove will come out in one pull. It's all stacked together here. You can see we have a stainless steel grill top, which of course we cook on. And we have two larger side pieces here, and we have two smaller side pieces. And just to mention, this grill is made out of 16 gauge steel, which is a heavier gauge steel. So this is not something that you're going to use a couple of times and have it warp up on you. This thing's made to use over and over for a lifetime. So this is a good quality gear. Assembly of this grill is very simple. You have one piece that has a little lip on it, and I start with that one, and I put the end piece on, and you just have these little slots here, and they go together just like this. Same thing on the opposite end. These two end pieces are exactly alike. And now we're going to take the other side piece and just mate together these little slots. I have my glasses on, I do it faster. There we go. And that fits together nice and sturdy. And now finally we just add our grill top back on like this. Fits right into place, kind of locks into place. And we are ready to cook. Now, to break down this grill, all we have to do is remove the grill top and just simply slide the pieces apart. Let's put these pieces back together like this so they stack nicely. Put our grill there. Now we just slide everything back into this custom fit Cordura sleeve. And we got everything packed away, ready to go in the backpack or pack basket or chuck box or whatever you're carrying it in. Awesome little system, easy to assemble, disassemble, very easy to pack away. If you look at it, on both sides of this grill we have lots of air holes here, which is really nice because when you're cooking, this will help feed oxygen to the bottom of your fire as the heat rises. It just makes you get a better burn, whether you're using twigs and sticks and things like that off the landscape, or coals from a campfire that you've already established in your camp and you use a shovel to put some of those coals here in the grill to cook on, which would be a great system where you don't have to buy or carry any extra fuels with you. Or if you're just going to use like some matchlight charcoal that you purchase from the store, bring a big Ziploc bag full of it with you, and you can use that to fill your grill. So there's a lot of options as far as fuel to use with this grill, just depending on how much time you have, how quick and easy you want things to be. Today I'm going to go with charcoal, but again, you have options that you could use off the landscape. So this is what the grill looks like all set up. And I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to get some coals in here, get them burned down, and start some cooking. Let's do it. All right, so at this point, it's just a matter of waiting for our charcoal to burn down so that we can cook over actual coals. And today we're gonna be grilling some barbecued chicken breast, and we're gonna also make a skillet green bean casserole right here on the grill top. Getting hungry. I'm gonna do my best to make you guys hungry too. Stick with me. All right, so our charcoals have settled down now, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my grill top on. Let that be getting hot. We'll just let that sit here for a little bit, kind of sterilize the grill, and then we're gonna get our chicken breast on. Today, I have with me some bottled barbecue sauce, and when I cook chickens, normally I cook whole chickens and I make my own sauce from scratch, but today I'm gonna just go with something simple. I've been curious about this one. I haven't tried it before, but we'll give it a try today. All right, so I definitely think the grill is ready for some cooking, and I just have in a Ziploc bag a couple of chicken breast fillets. These have been cut pretty thin, and what I want to do is put some salt and pepper on them before I put them on the grill. All right, guys, well, it's the moment of truth. And I also brought with me my stainless steel Pathfinder tongs, because you can't cook on the grill unless you got your tongs. There we go. This stuff's going to cook up very quick. All right, so it's only been a couple of minutes, and this thin chicken breast is cooking up quick, as you can see. It doesn't take very long with a thin piece of chicken like this, especially when you're cooking kind of close to the coals like that. So you just want to be careful not to burn it. All right, so my first piece of chicken is starting to look pretty close to done here. What I'm going to do is go ahead and get some barbecue sauce on that. Let that barbecue sauce kind of caramelize on the chicken. It's gonna make it some kind of good. Man, that's smelling good. Whew. It's that barbecue sauce hit the coals. Definitely hungry now. Once you put that barbecue sauce on, you don't want to let it stay up there long. Just long enough to start caramelizing that barbecue sauce, and then it's time to come off. And normally when I cook whole chickens, I just dip the chicken down in a pot full of sauce and put it back on. But this is a different process, of course. Small batch. Oh man, look at that. Whew. One more to go. All right, so while our chicken's cooking up, we're gonna prepare a quick green bean casserole. So we're gonna add our green beans to the skillet. And we also have a can of Campbell's cream of mushroom and roasted garlic soup. All right, we're gonna add this into our green beans. We're just gonna mix that stuff up really good in the skillet. We just need to add some of these French fried onions on top to top it off. And that should make a good side right there. Kind of spread them out nice. Kind of fancy for tailgate cooking, I'd say. This is really, really nice. I think we can call that one done right there. Add that to our plate. And now, our next step is to get the skillet on. When we get this green bean casserole nice and hot, we're gonna be doing something. All right, so I've got this stuff nice and hot from the bottom. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my tongs here, pull my grill off. Just lay that aside. And this skillet is big enough to sit on the grill just like it is. So what I'm gonna do is take a few of these coals from the inside of the grill and just place them around the top here. That way we can use our skillet sort of like a Dutch oven, because it has this nice recessed lid, and that'll allow us to do some baking here. Now we're cooking from the top and the bottom. That'll help speed things up for my green bean casserole. So the way I'm cooking on this right now is I have heat down in the bottom of the grill, but I'm also cooking with coals on top of my skillet. So we're actually baking from the top and the bottom. This system works really good. And those air holes on this grill just do a fabulous job of getting air down to those coals and keeping everything nice and hot. Just an awesome little system here, and such versatility. We could be baking cobbler right now. Just so many things you could do with this. Cook on the grill and then baking your skillet. Perfect combo. All right, so I think I've had plenty of time with this green bean casserole. What I'm gonna do is just place my coals back into the grill. Just using tongs to do that. Now I'm gonna just clear off this lid. There we go. Now, take a look and see what's going on in here. Oh man, look at that. This green bean casserole. Man, that stuff smells good. So this simple fast pack grill and 16 pieces of match-light charcoal has allowed me to cook up some delicious char-grilled barbecue chicken breast and baked up a delicious green bean casserole right here in the Pathfinder skillet. And just simple tools that allow you the versatility you need to cook up a delicious meal when you're out here in the field. I just love this system. Perfect. All right, time to eat. Start with some chicken. Perfect char-grilled taste. I gotta say, for a bottle of barbecue sauce, not bad. Not as good as mine, but not bad. Little bit of green bean casserole to go with it. Still hot. I'm gonna tell you what, this is just about almost too fancy to be cooking like this out here in a pasture, but I'm sure enjoying it. So as you guys can see, this new Fast Pack Grill 3.0 is an awesome addition to any outdoor cooking kit, and it offers you some very nice capabilities when it comes time to cook. Everything from grilling meat in a traditional charcoal grill fashion to baking. If you have the Pathfinder skillet with that recessed lid, which you can use to improvise a Dutch oven, you could bake up all kinds of desserts or casseroles, things like that, like I did today, and just makes your time of field that much more enjoyable. Not to just fuel yourself with food just to get by, but to really eat well when you're out here in the field. Just makes this experience that much better. So I hope that this video has helped you guys better understand this product, taking a look at it, seeing it in use, and just all the specs, and of course seeing the possibilities of things that you might want to cook when you're out here in the great outdoors. I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. I look forward to seeing you with another video again very soon. If y'all want to see some more from me right away, check out my channel Black Hat Bushcraft here on YouTube, or continue to scroll down the Self-Reliance Outfitters YouTube playlist. Make sure you're subscribed here, click that subscribe button. We have a whole series, Pathfinder Outdoor Kitchen. If you are not familiar with it, take a look. There's tons of videos, lots of good recipes, a lot of good time cooking in the great outdoors. All right, so until the next one, you guys take care and be safe. I got to get back to eating.